So what I want to speak today about is the mind. It is the mind that is searching. It is the mind that is uncomfortable. It is the mind that wants some resolution and awakening, and yet there is no mind. There is a stream of thoughts, one thought after another, images, concepts, ideas, projections, and a lot of expectations. It's like this story is being created about how this awakening should be, how it should look, how it should feel, what comes next, how it fits other people's ideas. And that image is always being projected over the actuality, over what is actually happening here now. And it's so easy to get lost in the mind and the stream of thoughts because they're going nonstop. Thought, more thoughts about more thoughts, and thoughts all the way down. There's nothing else, just thoughts all the way down. But this awakening is not happening through thinking. It's actually seeing the thought process itself and recognizing that this is not what I am. It seems like there is somebody in here thinking, doing something, trying everything, getting somewhere. Let's go and get somewhere next or somewhere else or something else. This is not good enough. This is not it. Please. What are you talking about? This silence. What's good out of that? What does it do? It doesn't do anything. So there must be something else. So let's go and find that something else, even though the mind already knows the words. There is nothing to find. There's nothing to understand. I'm sure it heard that, but it doesn't like that. And I'm talking now about the mind as the mental energy. The mental energy is like a stream, like a water stream, like a river. Something is moving, something is flowing constantly. And then we get lost in the rapids. Like watching the content. Oh my God, this is so interesting. Oh, this is so bad. This is so good. It's just so much like turbulence in these rapids. And the answer is not in that. You can get carried away all your life and never stop for 1 second and see, oh, what's going on here? What is actually going on here? Thought after thought after thought after thought. And then there is an idea that you shouldn't be thinking, there shouldn't be thoughts arising, and there shouldn't be all this mental noise. And then we can go on a quest to get rid of it, to stop it, to reject it, deny it, and all kinds of tricks. Like if there are 1,000 monkeys and now we have to silence them all and just to see what is there. Well, we don't need to silence all the monkeys. They can be playing. So the quest is really not to silence the mind or to shut the thought stream down, but to see it for what it is. And you can notice, I believe my thoughts. I don't believe my thoughts. It's just another thoughts. It's just more thoughts. So what happens if we just shift attention gently into the body or into sensations, feet on the ground, back leaning against the chair? Don't need to think about that. You feel. There is a room. There are colors. There are sounds. There are smells, maybe, and a taste. None of that requires thinking. I am now drinking quite a weird tea, like unusual stuff. And I can't describe the taste. I can say what's in it, but the taste, it's what is being felt. It's not something it can be described. And that's just like a few seconds of experience. And we have a whole day going with his mind talking about this and that and the other, trying to describe. And then we get lost in the descriptions when something else is going on here. So much richer, more vivid, more intense. So what is here besides thinking? Or what is here if we don't imagine anything, or if we don't label anything? Yes, the labels are here. They can come. But what's underneath them or besides them? So it's not about stopping the stream of thoughts. It's about looking at the stream of thoughts as thoughts. Like it's so easy to look at color just like color. I can say, oh, there are curtains in front of me. They are blue. That's words. That's thoughts. That's thinking. But there is seeing the color without any reference. So the invitation is just to dip below the thoughts, below the stream, and see it. They keep coming. Don't need to do anything about them. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. And it's so interesting when there is this opening to see them, you can actually feel them arrive, see them as they come in. And it becomes so clear that you're not doing that. And that's not what you are, or who you are, or how you are. You just are. You're here. Colors are here, thoughts are here. What's the difference? It's just a different flavor of the same experience. Okay, now we can start looking a little bit deeper. Why there is this noise? Why there are so many thoughts? We can see they are coming. And some of them are practical, useful. Some of them are maybe entertaining and funny or bizarre. Some of them are painful. Some of them are neutral. And these neutral or funny thoughts, we don't fight. We don't try to get rid of them, and we don't need a solution for them. But the thoughts that feel painful, oh, that's where the show kicks in. And you can see what the mind does. It will squirm, it will hide, it will reject, it will do all kinds of circus numbers not to touch that pain. So it seems. But that pain is here. The hurts are here. It doesn't matter if it happened 5 years ago or 25 years ago or 55 years ago. It still hurts. And the stories come in kind of like a flag, red flag, saying, oh, there's something there that hasn't resolved yet. And you may notice that life sometimes arranges situations so that the old hurt would come up again and again and again. And we do all kinds of stuff to avoid that. But it's literally thought stories here because of the hurt. Because the heart is still calling. It's saying, I'm here. Are you going to look at me? Are you going to give me awareness and time and space and just acknowledgement, maybe, that I'm here? So the whole thought process of the painful thought process is like this. There is a hurt. The hurt wants to resolve. It's uncomfortable. The energy is tight. It wants to go, release, but it cannot. So that hurt is being protected. So it wouldn't be touched because it hurts. And from that, there is tension of wanting. The wanting is tension, wanting something else, wanting to be at peace, wanting to run away, wanting to get something else, wanting to be happy. But that wanting is the tension. It's like a rubber band. Like if you pull the rubber band, it's tension, right? On one side there is hurt, on another side is wanting. The more hurt, the more wanting, the more suffering there is. So the stories or the noise is only saying there's something hurting. And if that hurt is seen, felt, itself releases, then that story is no longer an issue. It may come up, but it's neutral now. It loses its charge. So we can look at the mind like a signaling function, saying this hasn't been resolved, that hasn't been resolved, that hasn't been resolved. Protect, 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 protect. And that protection hardens over time and becomes an identity. Oh, I'm always shy. Oh, I'm not worthy. I don't go and speak to people. Um, I'm I'm guilty. I'm ashamed. That becomes an identity. We don't think that it's just an energy that hasn't completed its wave and left. We think this is what I am. So it's a very peculiar process that is going on with these thoughts because you deeply know there is a hurt. The hurt is being protected because it hurts, it's uncomfortable, it's unwanted. So it's being protected, put away so it doesn't hurt again. But if you see that as your guide into what is still calling or what needs attention, you can actually use that to find these places and to give it attention that it needs so it can self-resolve. And through that, the story is no longer loud. It may be soft whisper, like, yes, that happened. Yes, that was horrible. But it's no longer, running at night when you wake up at 3 a.m. and cannot sleep. And it's just, oh, that 50 years ago or 25 years ago, somebody said this. No, how dare they? And yeah, we haven't been given proper education what's going on with this mind. And we have to go into that ourselves and figure it out. We can listen to some people, like listening to me now, but it's your own mind, it's your own job. And that stream of thoughts is yours to look at. And when there is enough space and enough awareness, when you start seeing gaps in between the thoughts, when you can look at the thought process itself, then it's so much easier to see through this self-illusion of what is actually going on with that. Like, what is this I that is being protected from hurt? Or what is this I that is hurting? Or what is this I that is having this experience? And then you can start seeing that it's just another thought. This I is just another thought. It's not a person or entity. It's not who you are or what you are. You are here. That's it. You're here. Meaning here right now. This is it. This can call it aware presence if you like, or you don't need to call it anything at all. You know you are here. You can call it space, but I cannot say I am space. That I am is already a thought. Really good fun to look at all these energies and their patterns and how they work, rather than following the usual content of what they are saying, which can be useful and practical. And sometimes it's good to listen to that and just like you're listening to a radio, to a television. But it's also good to see the process itself. And this is where the fun is. It's like your own amusement park opens and there are so many rides and they are private and you can just jump in any ride. And it leads to a lot of discovery and wonder and curiosity. So yes, we have this mental energy. It's such a gift. Wow. Another plant can move, we can enjoy exploring our own experience. And then awaken deeper to what this is. Not from something, but to what this is. The most common sentence that the seeker says is, I get this intellectually, but I don't see this in experience. And it is quite interesting because the experience is here. The experience is this. It's not recognizing the experience because of the mind, of the thought image of how this experience should be. So the thought image is saying, I get this intellectually. That means I have an image how it should look like, but it doesn't fit my experience. Then what to do? Is it the experience that is wrong? Or is that the image is useless? What is here if you don't have an image about how this should be? Right here, right now. And here you are.